Another refurb in lockdown, all completed. And here's the video.
Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
What's up guys, Dan Jaridi here. I hope you're all well. So I'm doing this video in the latest completed refurb project that we've just about done. And even though it's not quite there yet, we've still got a few snagging bits to do and the cleaners are booked in on Monday. I really wanted to bring this video on this day because it is almost a year since I bought it in April 2020, which, as you will remember, was the peak of the fear factor of lockdown 1 and the coronavirus. And more specifically, property prices were definitely at their rock bottom. And I actually did a video about this property that I purchased way below market value. And those of you who have been following me for that period of time will know that I got absolutely trolled like there was no tomorrow, saying that property prices are going to fall even further. We haven't seen anything yet. But I thought, in my humble experience, that that was going to be the bottom of the market. And the way things are shaping up in the market today, that definitely looks like it was the case. So there's really two parts to this video. One is the after pictures and video walkthrough that I'm going to do of this property and the numbers. And there is the underlying message about buying at the right time and for the right price, which we'll start with. So we all know that the market is booming at the moment and there is no denying it. I've even sold properties 20% over the market price that I thought. And even this property, I think realistically when I refinance it, the valuation I'm gonna get is around 210,000 because that's what's comparable for other properties that are similar to this that have sold. But if I put this on the open market, I have no doubt in my mind that I could get 240 to 250 for this 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom student house, which is already let for September for £2,166, including all the utilities. And even though this is a really nice refurb, it was a really horrible property before we got into it, and we've ended up with a really nice finish with great rental yield and return on investment. The biggest bonus for this property was the purchase price. I paid just over £117,000. So when you add in all of the costs, the stamp duty and the refurb, it probably stands me close to £150,000. So for the rent that I'm getting, that's a great gross yield, a great net return on investment. I'll be able to recycle all of my money out and go again. So it ticks all of those boxes. But the real success in this property was the purchase. It was the timing and it was the price. And at the moment, I am trying to buy some more student houses. I really want to do some more 5-bed, 5-en-suites. We know how to turn those around within about 6 to 7 weeks, and we can give a great product, which rents really, really well. But I will not buy properties for what I think are not significantly below market value. And just this week, I've viewed probably half a dozen of my favourite 3-bed ex-local authority houses that I can churn into a 5-bed, 5-en-suite. And the last one that I bought, which I did a video on, which I'll put in the link in the comments below, I bought for 217,000 and I flipped that on for 375 within a matter of 7 to 8 months. And really, I don't want to be buying those properties for anything more than 220 to 230. But they're hitting the market of anything from 250 upwards to 300,000. And that's all well and good. Properties hit the market overpriced all the time. I make my business on going after the overpriced properties and negotiating a good deal. But here's what is worrying me, is that there are dozens and dozens of investors or newbie property people buying these properties for over 240,000. And these are properties that need significant investment. I'm talking like 35, 45, 50,000 pounds to make them anything close to what the market is asking for. Time you add stamp duty, legal fees and other costs, there is really little room for manoeuvre based on what the valuations are being given at the moment and even the sale prices at that inflated market. I am seeing a lot of copycats of who are looking to use these properties to work with investors, and that really worries me, because the way a joint venture works is you recycle the money out and you go again. But buying at these prices will not enable people to recycle the majority, let alone all of their money out. So it does really start to worry me. And as we buy at the peak of the market, like I said on last week's video, if interest rates rises or the market does change or mortgage products do get culled back again, that is going to see a significant downturn in the ability to refinance when the introductory rate ends. And that is the start of a recipe for disaster. So how you avoid all of those things, how you de-risk your property investment portfolio and development purchases, is by buying below market value, just like this property. So let's get straight into this one. So I bought it just over a year ago, and my guys were really busy and we were having huge issues with obtaining materials to finish the projects that we had started either before or at the start of the lockdown. So I was a little bit nervous about starting this one straight away. So I bought it with the intention to rent it, but that didn't really work out for me. So I put it in the pipeline to be refurbished as and when we could bring the guys who are experienced and been with me for about 10 years doing this sort of thing. And this one, we had to throw a larger labour budget at it because it was particularly in a right old state. And the back bedroom, which isn't a standard bedroom, needed a lot of work doing to it to make it comfortable and compliant. This also needed rewiring and a brand new central heating system put in. But where I did save on some costs is because this is in my secondary location for students. So there's always going to be a ceiling value and there's always going to be a ceiling rent. Even though we have really pushed that rent, there was no need for me to go over the top in terms of some of the finishes. So the kitchen that you've probably seen in the last 3 or 4 refurbs that I've done are actually part of a cheaper package that I can buy, an 8-unit package. And when that package came available from the supplier, I bought like 5 of them, and we chopped and changed, swapped some of the units for various different projects to get them finished. But you can see we rinsed and repeat that same package and the same colour theme and the same tiles to give what is a great finish and what the market wants for a relatively good price. So overall, including the labour, the materials, the new boiler and the electrics, I'm probably into this for like 26,000, which is a lot more than I would normally spend on a 4-bedroom student house. But I was able to do that because I purchased it significantly below market value. On that video that I did a year ago, there was property selling for unconverted, unrefurbished for like 170,000, 175. And I paid 117. That is a massive below market value price. And I will 100% get 210 on my value, maybe even more, if properties continue to sell at the higher rate over that price. That gives a surveyor more higher comparables. As you can see, we did the old trick in the book, which was remove the kitchen from the back bedroom and bring it into what was the living room. So there's no corridor, there's no stud work to create a bedroom within the living room. We turn it into a kitchen come diner come living space. And it works really, really well. And then off that, we have another bathroom and the 4th bedroom. And upstairs, we carved up what was the biggest bedroom and literally created a second shower room, but not en suite. What we find is that if there's 2 people sharing a bathroom, that tends to work in these secondary locations. Don't get me wrong, in prime locations, it's worth spending that little bit extra money on putting en-suites everywhere, because that is what the market wants. And you can see they're the same tiles that we've been using on the last 3 or 4 refurbs, because I buy in bulk, I get them cheap, I'm paying like 8-9 quid a square metre delivered. That is really good cost-saving exercises to strip these budgets right down without compromising on quality. So just to recap on the numbers, I paid just over 117. This project probably now stands me at close to 150. It is worth 210 all day long. But I reckon in this current market, I could probably get 240 to 250. So that's anything from a £60,000 profit right up to a £100,000 profit if I decided to sell. But I don't think I'm going to, because I've sold a lot recently. The problem is I can't buy as much as I want to because prices are too high. And there is no way that I am going to put myself in a position where I can't rinse and repeat and recycle my cash out. And there may be masses of people doing it. I see it every single day in this location, in this market, all over social media. But that doesn't matter. Observe the masses, do the opposite. Be fearful why others are aggressive and be aggressive why others are fearful. If you follow that really simple rule, you will be able to pick up deals just like this in times when everyone else is fearful, just like they were a year ago. And look, I don't sell mentorships, I don't do courses, and I don't really do joint ventures anymore, but I will with the right person for the right deal. But if you just want some help, you want some advice, and you want some steering in the right direction, then I am open to having a discussion with anyone. All you need to do is like this video, hit subscribe, and send me a little message on Instagram, and I'll happily respond and help if I can. But look, I'd love to know your thoughts. Am I doing the right thing? I keep rinsing and repeating the same finishes, the same materials to bring costs down without compromising on finish. Do you think that's the right thing to do in this market? I do, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to have that debate. The trolls that were there a year ago, feel free to comment below. I'd love to know what your defense is right now for those comments which haven't transpired into reality. But look, that's it from me. Stay safe. Hope you found the content rich, and I'll catch you all on the next video.
Fire loud, another rocket shot. Turn down for what?